Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 4.
It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping it contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
The run there on first down gets him a yard to the 26. You look at this Browns defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now a 2nd and 10. Watson now to throw. And he'll get this one to Cooper, complete. And they work this well outfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
A 1st carry now for Nick Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 12 carries, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
Calling the gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Now this defense for the Ravens, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
That is caught. He's going to have the 1st down and more than that. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Jerry Jeudy, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that neighborhood.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 21 carries, 100 yards on the nose, and a score. How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so he knows confidence is at an all-time high.
Another trying to drop on the floor.
The controller sound like that?
Yeah.
Sound like a big ass something, man. I thought maybe you was having convulsions in the chair yourself.
No, what's wrong?
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Here's Jackson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Off a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
Offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. 30. It's a 47-yard extra point try. Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Watson and that Browns offense going to stay out there, and they'll go for 2. They're going to try and run here.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Jackson going to keep it running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. If you look at this Browns defense, they're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the passer, number 28.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Across the 50 into Browns territory. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
First down, here's Mitchell. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and a yard.
A handoff running left, Henry. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. The quick feet by Jackson, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, partner, this drive has been a model of efficiency. They've done everything they've wanted to, and the defensive guys, they've got to be getting frustrated. They can't figure out how to get off the field.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. This time, Jackson will throw it. This is complete. It's Baldwin. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on 3rd down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on 3rd downs all year long. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
Henry going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
get the 3 now. This is 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Tucker's kick is good, and they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. And here comes Amari Cooper and the rest of the Cleveland offense. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time, and that's not easily done because you know all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now, they're just cutting them to shreds.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. The Browns had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
10 more there and another first down. Here's Watson. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. Chubb. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Chubb again, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 4th rushing touchdown of the year, and the Browns are able to add on to that lead.
For as good as Nick Chubb is in the open field, he's every bit as good when they line him up down near the goal line. He's a speed back between the 20s, but a power back down close, and he forces his way into the end zone.
Point after here coming up. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Len Geary, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. A check down here for Henry. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
Right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that flag accepted. clock down to 0. And this is not the way to start a drive.
And they'll accept that penalty.
Will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Successive penalties have them looking now at a 1st and 20. And Chubb will try the middle here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal. I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And Walker has it. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, they all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going. Sometimes even before the ball snapped, and they're there, and they end up making the play.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Here's Jackson to throw.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown.
This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question. And neither is another pick 6.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. They begin with Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Jackson.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Jackson to Bateman there, 1st down, Ravens.
It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Jackson. And connecting here with DJ Shark. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
The option, here's Henry.
And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take him the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Two 1st downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
An option give now to Mitchell. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat on blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Throwing is Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him up.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. Had excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll try the air now with Watson.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He had the touchdown earlier. This one,
John Harbaugh never shy about bringing out the red challenge flag, and he'll do so here. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one. As that now will wind up an incomplete pass.
and this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
The Ravens ready to take over.
And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be pulled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll come up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Henry.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Jackson now. A short throw caught by Andrews. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will cut the lead down to 3 scores at 24. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Watson's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, time for a trip around the league on this final weekend of September. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. And those two are tied up as they play the 2nd quarter. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. The Falcons seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. Tua Tagovailoa, responsible for the lone touchdown in the game thus far as he's thrown a touchdown pass. The Browns were given a solid performance in that first half from their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He's got a touchdown through the air as his guys have raced out to a gigantic early lead.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. The Cleveland offense ready to go. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it.
Second down, here's Chubb again. And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Play clock all the way to 0. Didn't get the snap off. 5-yard penalty.
And you see the head coach writing that note on his play sheet right now. He's going to be addressing that with his staff. A sense of urgency. Get to the line of scrimmage. Snap the ball.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now Watson. Oh, and that is incomplete.
And that is exactly what you needed defensively. It's a long road back from here, but that's a good start to the second half as they force a punting situation and a 4th down.
On the return, here comes Lewis. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd down and 6 now. Jackson, option right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
Parker, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone.
that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll look to set up his blockers. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 92 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Brought down on the play by Trenton Simpson.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
That's complete to his rookie second-round pick. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him.
And the passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll be touched down in the end, but a big play on that one.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
On 4th down, Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Looking to throw. Jackson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Ravens send their punter out now, standing just outside his own goal line. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A big kick that time, 52 yards.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
On the option right is Jackson.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Jackson.
He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10.
To throw again. Jackson over the middle, hauled in by Shark. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Again, Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. If they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 9.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Tough spot here. 3rd down and 11.
Looking to throw. Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Second and goal from the 1.
Jackson going to run.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Henry. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
And now down 3 scores. I don't think there's any decision at all. You've got to go for it because you don't know how many more times you're going to get an opportunity. Field goals, they're not going to cut it in this situation.
Field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting...
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to start for the score, and the lead now cut to 14. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Now all of a sudden we've got an interesting game here. You just saw them go down and score a touchdown. And what was a comfortable lead at halftime, it's down to a 2-score game.
And so the obvious thought is they've got to ramp things back up again. Got to get the offense into high gear. But we've seen this before. When you've kind of been in shutdown mode for a while thinking that you're okay, it's hard to mash the gas again and have everything work perfectly. They've got to flash together a good drive right here and now.
Those defensively got to be feeling confident. They haven't allowed a point this half. Quick slant there gets him the 1st down, 6 yards on the play. Here's Watson. Right back to Judy, and it's complete. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now it's Watson. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. The Browns on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, it's Watson. This will be caught. Judy. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Watson now to throw. Wide open, Amari Cooper. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Browns look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 23. That time, a 9-play drive. And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Screen play setting it up for Mitchell. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Second and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game film from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. So they came in here facing a very tall task, going against the NFL's #1 ranked defense, but they got the job done. Charles, really an outstanding performance.
They certainly showed that they weren't going to be intimidated, didn't they? They took out the best defense in the NFL today, took it right to them, and that's against a group of guys that is used to shutting people down. To me, this is going to be a signature moment for this team season.
So for Cleveland, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.